I'm going to say that Hartford hot sauce is you are having anal sex.
Okay.
And you are having anal sex. The guy comes and the woman has like a little bit of diarrhea. And that's the hot sauce.
I'm going to tell you what. It's not that. We're going to listen to what it is. I'm going to drink because that's better than what it is.
Okay.
Welcome to Divorce with Friends, the podcast that reminds you if you're going to go on a first date with someone you met online, never pick them up because if you're catfish, Tom, you're pretty much fucked. I am Bobby Vito, and joined as always is my friend, my colleague, my partner, Tom. Tom, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. Happy holidays.
Happy holidays. We're here, episode 15.
This is like, we're in the middle of holiday season.
We're in the middle of it. This is the November 30th.
Yep.
You're going to wake up tomorrow and it's December 1st, baby. So the Christmas rush is happening.
That's right.
Fast and Furious, holiday rush, whatever you celebrate. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
How was Thanksgiving?
Mine was good. So we had, so it's like we're recording this the Sunday after Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So we had the 2 days of Thanksgiving. Coming out of Thanksgiving.
Okay.
I have a sort of high level thought, a hot take.
Hot take.
On parenting.
Hot take like turnips, hot turnips?
So actually, the turnip generation is not going to like this hot take. Okay. So here's my hot take.
Let's do it.
Parenting now.
Okay.
In the age where like our kids have, and they're different ages, my kids are older than yours, but they have access to all these devices, right?
Mm-hmm.
Phones, social media apps, laptops, iPads, etc.
Yeah.
That is like trying to guard Michael Jordan or LeBron James.
Okay.
Our parents' generation, parenting in that generation, is like trying to guard Bob Cousy or George Michael.
And they had fucking knee pads and shit.
So if you're not familiar with basketball, Google all four of those people, and you'll see that Bob Cousy and George Michael, while better players than me, I'm sure, best at their time, look like they should be wearing overalls and waiting on you at a gas station and making like some kind of corny joke about the weather.
Yeah.
And Michael Jordan and LeBron James look like Greek gods. Yeah. Right. So like, that's right. That's like the generational, and everybody's like, oh, how would this person do in this generation if
they
Michael
would get
Jordan
smoked?
Tried to cover Bob Cousy, he would never score, right? Yeah. Like he would just lose the ball every time.
I totally agree with that.
Right. So I think that's true of device, because devices are just impossible. It's a constant whack-a-mole. Like it's everything that like was hard about parenting in the last generation on steroids, right? I 50 times harder.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's the first part. And then so Thanksgiving is right, like, you know, you're on these breaks and you're going to your like family functions, right? So you got the grandparents. We did a thing with the grandparents. We did a thing with the cousins. Right?
On Thanksgiving Day.
Thanksgiving Day 1 and then a day after 2. Right?
Okay, so you weren't splitting up the day.
No, so two different days, right? Two teenagers, right? So my move, dad of the year, very unpopular with the people in the car. I'm driving the car. I put my hand over. We get to grandparents' house. I say, give me your phones.
I don't think that went well.
No phones for the rest of the day.
Did it go well?
That's my move. Well, it goes well from my perspective.
Yeah.
So first of all, this is like if I went to Meth Mile and was like, hand me your meth. I'm going to hold on to your meth for like 6 or 7 hours. It's going to be fine.
I can imagine there's going to be a fight about that.
Similar reaction. Yeah. What my kids, like, they act like they are like the president of a small country, right? Like something, my son actually said, like, what if someone needs me?
It's a valid question.
I said, who would need you? You can't do anything.
It's like
you don't have any money. Yeah. You don't have any skills.
That's true.
Like if I send you to find something, you give up after 3 minutes.
That's true.
You're 5'5" and skinny. Like you're the last person I would call at an emergency. But none of your friends need you.
He's gonna like something. So like if somebody sends a post, he's gonna like it. He's
I guess.
Thrown out of the circle.
It's gonna be sitting there. Imagine if you had to wait 6 hours. The algorithm is gonna like drown it now.
I know. It is pretty rough. I actually didn't have my kids on Thanksgiving Day. Mm-hmm. So we did this thing at my brother's house on Friday, which was like, my aunt started the tradition, but now she's a grandmother now. So she had her own things going on. So it was like pie for breakfast. So everybody brings over like their leftover desserts, and my brother has like a brunch set up.
So that's a cool one.
It's cool.
That's better than the turnips.
Yeah, probably better than turnips. But my kids, I allowed them to play like whatever stupid game they're playing with their cousins, right? Yeah. And mainly it was like self-preservation, because that gave everybody in the house kind of peace, because
you can talk.
Yeah, because if I
among the
didn't let
adults.
them have their devices and their
Yeah.
cousins did, it was sort of like my sister and I didn't have an agreement beforehand. So
Right,
like
right,
could have gone terribly wrong.
Yeah.
But they're all playing quietly, playing great, and it actually made the afternoon better because they got bored with it relatively soon and then enjoyed like family time. So it worked out because I didn't press it, but I can imagine when you get to the point of like they're glued to a phone or something they can hold on to. You don't want to hold on to an iPad.
Yeah, that age is totally different, obviously. And like, I think for my kids, it's like, it is like, multiple things go into this, but I think that I'm biased, but my kids are significantly above average at being able to talk to adults.
Oh yeah.
And I think doing like things like that is important for that, because otherwise they just hide in the phone, right? Like they're not going to talk to anybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So is it safe to say you had no turnips on Thanksgiving?
No turnips.
You
I
saw
did
my
not
picture
have-
though.
You sent me a picture of turnips,
Yeah,
and I sent you a picture back of people in bonnets
Yeah.
who would probably consume turnips.
Yeah, you know who
I was
did
looking
not?
for like a good crate and barrel, Cracker Barrel,
Yeah.
like kind of gift, but I couldn't find one. But
Well,
yeah,
you know who didn't appreciate that?
was
My mom.
your mom.
She was
right?
like, I'm not happy about this. I'm going to talk to him. I said, well, I'll do that on the podcast first. So yeah, I didn't have my kids on Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
I did have, because we recorded 2 weeks ago.
Mhm.
So in that off time, in the last 2 weeks,
Yeah.
we did have the ex and I had a joint birthday party.
Okay, how'd that go?
It went okay.
Okay.
The confusing part was I was very clear. I was what the party was for.
Yeah.
Friends of him at school.
Yeah.
So when I asked for her RSVP list, you could imagine my shock when it came back. Her plus 7. I was like, "Who the fuck did you invite? Like, throw your own fucking party." But it went off. Her guest list was exactly who I expected. So brother, sister-in-law,
Yeah.
their kids, who actually would have been on the guest list because it's kids.
Sure.
Father, stepmother were great.
Great.
Her mother. Did not speak to her or her mother at all.
Okay.
I mean, we did photos and stuff like that, but the mother and I had an awkward encounter of her coming out of the bathroom.
She's been a star of the podcast.
Start of the podcast. I wanted to be like,
I loved her first appearance.
did you hear the story when I told everybody how you burnt your hand on the toaster oven? But I didn't get a chance to. She just gave me a kind of a weird look, and
She's a P1. She's a big listener.
there's no doubt in my mind, Thomas, that she is listening all the time. But it went off without a hitch. It was great.
Great.
He had an awesome time, and I think it's hopefully a step forward in relations to make it that holidays, birthdays. Because I have another one, right? I have a 5-year-old's
Yeah.
birthday coming up in January, and hopefully that it just breaks the ice where we don't have to do anything. Because my parents were talking to her dad and her stepmom.
Yeah.
It was no big deal. So I hope if anyone's listening, if P1 Nana is out there listening, put your sword down. I will do the same. But that was really all I did,
Good.
except
Uh-oh.
this. What do you see here?
So we have another jacket.
We got a new one.
This is no end to these jackets.
No.
Like you would think the jackets, like how many of these jackets did they make is one question.
I keep getting the text. It's Black Friday, Cyber Monday. I'm getting the text like
Oh.
crazy.
Did you get a new truckload of jackets?
I
coming now?
got a couple, and the thing is,
Yeah.
they one of the most attractive things about them
Yeah.
is their consistency on shipping.
Oh.
So if you order it on like a Wednesday,
Okay.
it's here Friday, and we're not
Yeah.
talking like $30 to ship. It's like $10 or something
Okay.
like that. Or if you spend over, because this jacket was like 80, so if you spend over 8 or you spend over 100, let's say, it's like free shipping.
Yeah.
So
you can get one more jacket.
Get one more jacket,
Yeah.
right? Might as well. But either way, it's like you order it and it's like it's not Amazon quick, but it's
Right.
almost right. If I order it like Tuesday night, Wednesday morning, I'll get it Friday,
That's
Saturday
pretty
morning.
great. So is this the WWE like website, or is this a different thing?
So it's still chalk line.
Oh,
I'm
that's
still
right. Yeah.
I'm still repping the chalk line. I like it
Okay.
because like the satin fits kind of
yeah,
nice.
yeah.
In this one, right? So if you just look at it from the front, it looks like just a normal.
You
like-
said you did say it's still chuck line. Like I'm a real bozo with that. You're
Well,
like, I
sorry.
mentioned chuck line last time, asshole. Like,
Sorry,
you know,
sorry.
like,
It's
obviously these are no. It's still chuck line. It's still the
Well, it's
same
chalk-
fucking
chalk
jacket,
line,
asshole.
chalk-
Chalk line.
chalk line, you asshole.
Not to be confused with chuck.
you fucking
Chuck
ass-
line is the knockoff that I'm going to start making.
Exactly.
It's
Yeah,
like-
with shitty shipping.
Yeah.
No, so you see them, and it's tangible. Like you get them right away. But
Mhm.
I have this one, and up front, it looks like kind of just like a normal with WWE's logo, right? White.
Wait.
But
Party
when
in the back.
when you turn around,
Yeah.
you're hit with the Ultimate One
Wow.
himself. The Ultimate Warrior dons the back.
So the
and-
Ultimate Warrior.
Yeah,
this
was he your
maybe
fa- but he
for
was
a
your
spin-off podcast. Right? I have a little. You have your encyclopedic wrestling knowledge that we've talked about.
Yeah.
Ultimate Warrior. A lot of people said not a very good wrestler.
No.
Right?
Also, not a very good human being.
Yeah, not a good guy.
Yeah.
Not fun to work with. The other wrestlers didn't like him, which
No.
I think is always like a funny thing. You don't really think about. It's like because they're supposed to be fighting, but actually, like, there's people you want to do fake fighting with and people you don't. Right? It's like he was a bad worker.
Tom, he was a bad worker. That's exactly the term that they would use.
Yeah.
The wrestlers who apparently didn't like him obviously would be Randy Savage. Actually did love working with him, which is weird.
That's funny
because Randy Savage is a great worker. But Bobby Heenan claimed that he hurt him. Mooney claimed he hurt him. A bunch of wrestlers said he was stiff in the ring, that he wouldn't take your finish, so kick out of the finish, which was on display at WrestleMania 12. There's a lot of different things with him, but even all his politics aside and the way he handled himself, post career, there's actually even like a famous like Ryan Gosling story. If you find it online, he was at an airport and he saw him and he asked for an autograph and he told him to like go fuck himself or something.
Really?
Yeah, like a young Ryan Gosling,
Nice.
and like he went home and like tore his like Ultimate Warrior posters down off the wall. But yeah, he was like a notorious Jim Hellwig, notorious not friendly guy.
Right.
But the look as a kid,
Yeah.
when you would see like how ripped, I mean,
just all the roids.
how gay was that?
Yeah.
How ripped he was, how oily, but just like the intensity. Everyone else is walking to the ring. Even Hogan walked to the ring. This guy ran to the ring, shook the ropes. Like you knew you were in for a show.
Yeah.
I think the colors too, as like a kid.
Yeah.
Like he was the first guy to change the leather behind the belt. Yeah. So they weren't just like the black leather. He had different belts to match his like paint. Purple. He had like a purple.
Like,
he had
you're
a
a
yellow.
little kid, the cartoony. Like,
he was like over the top. So when I got this jacket and I was like showing it off, and somebody said to me, "Does Tom have any of these jackets?" And I was like, "No, Tom doesn't have these jackets." They're like, "Well, if you were a good friend to Tom, you would get Tom one of these jackets." And I thought about it and I was like, "Yeah, I'm a fucking shitty friend to Tom."
Wow.
So guess what I did, Tom?
Did you give me a jacket? That's crazy. Wow.
As an early Christmas gift.
This is shocking.
Early Christmas gift. Okay. That is for you. Why don't you take a look at that?
Wow.
It is different than any jacket that I own. I didn't want to get a jacket so we'd be like twins.
Okay.
But I know that you were eye fucking my WrestleMania 6 hat, and you knew a lot about it. So I got you a WrestleMania 6 jacket.
That's crazy.
It is.
And it is the Ultimate Warrior.
Yeah.
And Hulk Hogan.
Yeah. The Ultimate Challenge.
The Ultimate Challenge. Wow. Thanks, buddy. This is crazy.
Yeah. Now the question, Tom.
They both have a belt.
Yeah. So that was title for title.
Yeah. Title for title.
So Warrior won it, and then they gave the Intercontinental to Mr. Perfect.
This is incredible. I'll wear this. Chalkline.
It's Chalkline. So now you know it's not Chalkline, it's Chalkline.
Not fucking around.
But the question, Tom, was were you going to wear it?
I'll wear it.
I fucking love it. Tom's going to wear the jacket, and it's purple with sort of clouds and lightning and thunder. So you'll find Tom, but other than finding Tom in the street wearing the most sexy jacket you've ever seen, where can you find Tom and I? You can find us on email at divorcewithfriends@gmail.com, Instagram at divorcewithfriends, Twitter Divorce WF Pod. TikTok is still Divorce with Friends. I haven't really been active on TikTok, so if you follow us on TikTok, I do apologize. Yeah. Instagram is like we just have more followers. We get like a couple followers a day. We're building the brand over there.
Yeah, we need to get the clippers. We need to get the clippers to start clipping us.
Yeah.
You know how that works? That's like a whole ecosystem.
I don't know how that works.
How the Tates got big. The Tates.
It wasn't from beating women?
Well, it was that, but also then the doing the misogynist rants, and then the clippers clip it.
Okay.
Yeah. So
well, we're gonna get that going. But yeah, hit Tom and I up on all those channels. We'd love to hear from you. In fact, Tom, we've heard from a lot of people over the last couple of weeks. In fact, we've heard from people I didn't want to hear from.
Okay.
But we're gonna talk about that. Okay. So first note we got back. If anybody noticed the first video that we posted during the 2 weeks, it was an AI video. I love Sora.
You love
fucking with Sora.
You love Sora.
And it was essentially a description of Lindsay in her pie fiasco. Getting a pie. Lindsay loved it. In fact, Lindsay kind of gave the suggestion to do something like that. And I was like, that's a really good idea. You know what she was most disappointed about? Due to time constraints, I edited out the portion where you say Lindsay's thoughtful. And she's like, did you get rid of the part that said I was thoughtful?
Did you specifically
Tom said I was thoughtful? I said, yeah, I did. So Lindsay writes in, you nailed it. I love Stu Leonard's. I would have brought a pie. And that was from Lindsay on Instagram. Now, the thing about that is I also saw a message that her sister had sent her was, didn't you tell Bobby that you're a great baker? So actually, Lindsay confessed that she does bake every now and then.
Okay.
But she would have brought a pie.
She would have brought a pie, but she does bake something. Okay.
She does bake. So
yeah, I think that's like, so I think like, baking is nice, but just you can break stuff too. It's totally fine.
Yeah.
I'd rather do that.
Well, it's like,
I don't need to be baking.
Imagine like, all right. So
put this jacket on.
Oh yeah, put that jacket on. Like a turkey's a turkey, right? And granted, you can fuck that up. But if somebody brings a pie that they made and somebody brings a pie that they bought, I always feel like if the pie that was bought is better than the one that was made, the person who made the pie feels like shit.
Yeah, that's true. Although, like, so one, like, it definitely sucks if you have like the same pie.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Well, I mean, apple, pumpkin.
Yeah, if you have two pumpkin pies, one store bought, one's made, and the made one sucks, that's tough.
Yeah, yeah.
But if it's a different pie, you can at least like say it's a different pie. Can I tell you another hacky, food Thanksgiving thing that I did this year? I've gone full. I'm just not eating any of the turkey.
You don't go.
I don't like turkey.
Okay.
I don't like it. I don't think it should really be like I don't know if you've seen like some on Twitter. I've seen people doing like the let's make brisket, like
Ooh,
the
like
meat,
that.
know, or people will be like, oh, just have steak, or something. So I support that.
Great
but
jacket.
I'm going. This is amazing.
Great jacket.
That's great. Thank you. So I just didn't have. I like all the sides better, so I'm just going full sides.
Okay.
I'd rather just fill up on sides.
Not turnip though.
No turnip.
No.
Well, I don't. Where would I find it? I'm not.
That's true. You're not a pilgrim.
Yeah.
I understand what you're saying because like it's sort of like on it's Easter where it's always traditionally ham.
Yeah,
I
sucks.
fucking hate ham.
Honey baked ham is gross.
I love bacon though, which is what's so I'm not
funny.
And I love ribs, so I'm not anti pork.
Yeah.
I just don't like ham.
Yeah,
I don't like its presentation.
Yep.
I don't like the skin on it.
Yep.
Get it the fuck out of here.
No, it's weird. Doesn't taste good. I totally agree with you on that. Same thing. I'd rather just have. But the Easter doesn't have as good of like. It's almost like how it's another nerd thing, right? Like the DC has the better villains, right?
Yeah.
Than Marvel. Like Thanksgiving has the better sides.
I agree. Thanksgiving is actually my 1A holiday. Because it's everyone.
Wow,
usually
really?
people toss up Christmas and Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
I love Thanksgiving.
Okay.
I don't like getting gifts. I feel awkward at receiving a gift.
Yeah, I don't really. Well, like when you get to our age, like nobody really gets me anything anymore. You're just like getting. My kids don't give a shit.
No,
like,
totally. I think it's like repressed from being a kid.
Yeah.
It's not that I didn't appreciate the gift, but everyone's looking at you open it. Like even you opening that gift, I'm like, is Tom going to be weirded out?
Yeah.
But I was so excited.
Yeah, no, it's amazing. But yeah, I think that is like there is an awkward. I think if you go outside your family, especially too, there's an awkward.
Oh yeah.
How much enthusiasm do I show? How much do I not? Like
At the old in-laws, we would all sit around in a circle, taking turns opening the gift, and everyone would make comments about the thing that you got because it was typically like a Secret Santa. That was very awkward for me.
Yeah, because you have to do like, oh, this is perfect because, and then have like some reason.
Just what I always wanted.
Sort of, it's like an improv. It's like, this is perfect because I have this problem that this thing solves, right? Like, oh, I've always wanted like a mini for whatever it is, right? Like, yeah.
Exactly. And you almost like I would go into those Christmases as like a stand-up comedian working on bits, and I'd have like a bunch of like new things to say of like how to like react or something like that, just because you look like a fucking idiot.
You can't say the same thing every
time. Yeah. All right. So that was from Lindsay. So this one, it reminded me of I think this listener Joshua. We get this from Gmail. So I think this email sort of harkened from the email about the bedrooms, switching the bedrooms.
Oh yeah.
All right. So this one is Vito and the Bear. Hope your Thanksgiving was peaceful, or at least more peaceful than mine. So picture this. It's my house, my kitchen, my turkey. Basically, my wife and I were the paid sponsor and host for the entire event.
Oh boy, bad start.
Yep. My wife and mother-in-law are in the kitchen all day cooking. Fine, great, team effort. I'm staying out of the way unless asked for help, like a well-trained husband who knows better. Turkey comes out. It looks magnificent, golden, glorious, like something from a Thanksgiving-themed porn mag you'd find under your dad's mattress. So Joshua, obviously, huge listener. Okay. Then, and here is where I need your advice, my mother-in-law proudly announces that her son, my brother-in-law, should be the one to carve it.
Oh.
In my house, with my knife on my cutting board, I swear I even heard the turkey say, what's up? So tell me, am I allowed to say, go put your hand on that toaster oven?
Oh, no, you can't say
You can't say that. Yeah. Not loud. Obviously, I enjoy being married. But what the fuck was that? Is it normal family tradition like you guys talked about? But no one warned me that the man whose only contribution for the day was a cheese plate, side note, he took the remaining cheese home with him that evening, should be anointed carver at another man's house. To be fair, even he was shocked and deferred to me. But am I overreacting? Or is this the holiday equivalent of someone sitting in the driver's seat of your own car with you riding shotgun? Confused and slightly undercarved Joshua on email. I actually have to agree with Joshua, though the my kitchen, my turkey, obviously he does talk about his wife a little bit, but I do feel like there is a decorum of just like
So
they'll grill decorum. You know?
So it is actually like pretty. So one, like I wouldn't care, right? I don't really give a shit. I'm not good at carving the turkey. Anybody who wants to carve the turkey is welcome. I don't care. I don't care who paid for it. I don't care whose house it is.
Yeah.
But I will say, if you're a person who cares about carving the turkey, the part that's weird is that it's the brother-in-law. So if it's the dad, right? If it's his father-in-law,
Yeah.
I think that's actually that's borderline, and you could say like, all right, yeah, just let him do it.
Yeah.
If it's your dad, totally natural, right? So, oh, your dad's been doing it for years, fine, right? But the brother-in-law, I think, is weird.
It almost makes you wonder if the mother-in-law, and Joshua, sorry to put earworms directly into your brain, doesn't fucking respect you. And the reason I say that is I'm assuming that you're our age, you're listening to the podcast. I'm assuming that she's in her late 60s, 70s, maybe 80s. She has to know tradition of the sense of like, what would her husband think of that, right?
I would say too, yeah, there could be some context that would excuse it, like does Josh joke about not liking to cook, right?
True.
Shit like that.
Was she pissed that he wasn't helping? I don't know.
Oh yeah, maybe he's not helping, so it's like.
But he said that he was helping in the sense that like I've been in the kitchen while Thanksgiving was happening, and I love making mac and cheese for not like Kraft mac and cheese or Annie's, but like gourmet mac and cheese. So I make like trays of it.
Got it.
Which takes up room and whatever.
Yeah.
So I have been asked to leave the kitchen so they can do their thing, and that's totally fine because they don't want fucking turnips, and I respect that. But I also think that it is sort of like the bedroom situation where why did you pick your son? Like, I guess why do you automatically do that? There could be more to the story. Maybe, like I said, him and his mother-in-law don't get along. She doesn't respect him. I don't know, but I would definitely wonder. And I wonder what his wife's reaction was.
Yeah, I think part of it too is like, how was it introduced? Yeah. You know, like, you're right. Like, was there like, hey, if you don't want to do it, like, you know, so and so would be happy to do. He does a good job with it, or something, right? Was it something like that? So I think there's maybe some more context that could excuse the mother-in-law, but it's probably weird.
It's probably weird. So Joshua, I wouldn't tell her to put the hand on the toaster, though. No, great callback. I would maybe, if you do host next year, I would probably just make it a point to call out the fact that it's your fucking turkey.
Yeah, you go, hey, I got a new turkey carver.
Yeah.
Looking forward to trying it out.
Exactly.
You know, you do one of those.
Exactly. Beat her to the punch.
Yeah.
I feel like she's not going to be prepared for that. But Tom, we have a couple more emails. In this one, Bob Ryan responds.
Oh no.
Bob fucking Ryan responded. Right, so if you guys don't remember, so if people don't remember from last week, we found horny Bob Ryan on Twitter. Bob Ryan showing his boner to everyone we can imagine, any pinup girls, and we got an email. He responded to our story.
Hey there, Bobby. That's like an old man voice.
That's right.
It's your old pal, Bob Ryan from the Globe. I really enjoyed your last episode. It had me reminiscing about all the great times we had at the Globe lunchroom. Who knew such creative talent was hiding in the cubicles of the old fish wrap factory on Morrissey Boulevard?
Yeah,
that's a Bob Ryan reference if ever I heard one. So podcasts are a real thing, huh? Oh, he would have crushed podcasts. Yeah. I just thought Glenn Ordway made it up to cheat on his taxes. That might have been a thing too. That story about your date at the British Beer Company was something else. I haven't seen someone walk directly into a BBC with such misguided confidence since Jackie McMullen entered the Celtics locker room in '84. That's a different BBC, ladies and gentlemen. But I digress. It's much different than Koozie. If you find that old phone bill, slide those digits my way. I'd let that cat out of her cage and let her go around the horn with old Bob. Elaine hasn't put out since Morgan Magic.
Oh, fuck.
Joe Morgan. Your pal, Bob Ryan. P.S. Bob Lobel tells me you podcast guys get free dick pills. What is your Blue Chew promo code? I am a limper than a Jamie Moore fastball these days.
Oh, shit.
Jamie Moore, a soft tossing lefty.
Well, I'll tell you, Bob Ryan has not lost his fastball.
Can we should get him some Prisco dildos?
We could. Prisco dildos, official sponsor, and we have a brand new holiday spot. So obviously that was from our friend Evan, who is a magnificent writer, and he hit all the high notes of a Bob Ryan article. By the way, the alliterations, the analogies, threw threw in old Red Sox players, threw in the 80 Celtics.
Amazing.
Basically, I felt like I was reading a Ryan column.
Incredible.
Pointed right at us.
Yeah. Such a better contributor than Toronto Rob. Like, it's incredible.
Yeah.
I just like to draw that out just every time because Toronto Rob, once every 4 months does like a half-assed voicemail, and Evan is here like every week with like an amazing email.
Yeah, Evan shows up sporadically, but when he shows up, I feel like he brings his A++ game.
Incredible.
It's always incredible. So thank you, Evan, for that email. And the last one is basically it's about the AI commercial. So if you also remember the video about Lindsay, there was this part in the video where Lindsay's car is apparent in the video, and we'll get into that. So Tom, what's this email about?
Okay, so Bobby and Tom, I love the AI Friendsgiving video. Supermarket Lindsay was a rocket. The car driving looked a little strange, but otherwise noted. Funny video. Mark on Instagram. So
a couple things. Yes, Supermarket Lindsay was a super rocket. She's walking around. I actually wanted to date Lindsay if that was a real Lindsay. It is not. So Lindsay, you are shit out of luck. Oh. However, what he's referring to in the car, so I had to go back and look at it. He's right. So the car is driving in an empty parking lot. It looks like it's going to hit like the carriage corral and then take some weird left turn and skids, but doesn't skid and just sort of parks weird. So the only way I can explain it is I went back to the prompt.
Yep.
And I said, make a video of a woman driving an SUV in a lightly snow-covered parking lot of a supermarket. And that's the way it interpreted a woman driving its car. Yeah. So I don't know if that was just AI being AI or AI saying, this is how I think a woman would drive their car. So it was not me making those jerky motions with the car. That was all Sora.
Got it. So, well, we'll get better.
I don't know.
Yeah.
And if it's learning from women, Tom, I don't know if that will. But I think the biggest shocker of all of the stuff. So as always predicted, when we get into a situation of mentioning A from Gmail, we get something from him. So it's almost the dog call, right? So yes. I know that when I mentioned him last week about what he would bring or what he wouldn't bring, would we get something from A? We got something from A on Wednesday night. Tom, here it is.
What's up, you big back prick? Your buddy A on Gmail here. I've been listening, but frankly, I haven't given enough a fuck about you to write in. I've been too busy banging your old lady. Listen, if I don't bring anything to your Friendsgiving, it's because you're a fat fuck and you don't need any more food. But don't worry, I'll be there. I'll be there to make sure everyone knows how much of a fucking loser you are. And you are a loser. Listen, I'm going to go out and buy a jacket tonight. Maybe cotton, suede, tweed, leather, corduroy, fucking Gore-Tex, like a man wears. You wouldn't catch me dead in purple sequins, you fucking bitch.
Oh, that's tough. I get
Tom, you have a happy Thanksgiving.
Loves Tom. Loves Tom.
I Gmail out.
All right, so I can go fuck myself. I wear.
He seems like a pretty good guy after everything.
Yeah, Tom,
I kind of like him.
You're very easily persuaded. So A on Gmail did not like my jackets. I also love. I had to Google what big back meant. It's a new term for fat.
Oh, really?
It's what the kids are saying.
Well, you can pretend it's like a muscular back.
I don't think that's what he meant, but
like you're doing a lot of rows.
I would like that.
Yeah.
If we were doing rows and that's what he said, I'd say, hey, thank you for noticing.
You got a big back there. Yeah,
you got a big back. But you big back prick, pretty good insult. I gotta give it to him. And I'll never shy away from these.
Strong Boston energy there too. That's
big time.
Mark Wahlberg's going to option that as
We have also, with the accent too, I feel like we've heard it enough now. This is the longer voicemail. The first one was maybe 20 seconds.
Yeah.
This came in about 46 seconds. And I feel like we've narrowed it to, they live in Massachusetts.
Yeah, for sure.
I can pick up on that.
Yeah.
And I look forward to more A on Gmail. We'll see where you've been, but I do appreciate it. And Tom loved the Thanksgiving shout out.
Yeah, that was nice. And honestly, you got me won over with that.
Tom's back.
Yeah.
The U.S. military deployed on the streets of America. Whole communities targeted for removal.
I never believed that America would be doing this.
And when accountability finally came knocking, the burn order to cover it all up. A stain on this country, one that we said we would never repeat.
Rachel Maddow presents Burn Order. For early access, ad-free listening, and bonus content, subscribe to MS Now Premium on Apple Podcasts.
Okay, so Tom, we're going to talk about the first segment here. And the first segment is having the same name as your dad. So I'm the third.
Yep.
right? Robert III. And growing up, it wasn't too much of a problem growing up. I think the one thing that like is not relatable anymore would be the phone call. Like if someone called and says Bobby there or something like that, and you could easily be like, "Well, it's a kid." But if it's somebody else picked up the phone, maybe like my idiot brother or something, maybe didn't know it was a kid calling looking for Bobby or like an adult,
Right, which
Bobby.
is obsolete now because of cell phone.
Nobody had, that part didn't happen. But there were things that would happen with being the third that was kind of troublesome. And you and I sort of talked about, your son has the same name as you.
Yeah, but he has the same first name and last name, different middle name.
Okay.
So it's not like I think the third, and we actually know multiple people, right?
Yeah. Toronto Rob is a third, yeah.
The 10th or something.
Isn't Eddie the third too?
Yeah, we have another friend who's a fifth, I think.
Yeah.
And I do think that's kind of a weird like vestige of like royalty. Like,
Well, I
why
stopped
do we
it.
still have the third?
Well, I
You know,
stopped
like,
it.
That just seems, yeah.
And you remember my grandfather, who was the senior, he
Yeah.
passed away in 2015.
Yeah.
And it wasn't like I became a junior, right? So I'm always the
Right.
third.
Yeah.
And it just so happened that we were the three of us were alive for the first 33 years of my life. But I think like if I had, my son was born years later.
Yeah.
And this wasn't the only reason. It was more of I don't know. I wanted him to start his own thing, which
Do
was
you like it?
I like my name, I guess, but I don't. I see why my grandfather did it, and then why my dad did it, and then why I did it, or I didn't do it. I see like everybody's points to it. I just don't see the need for it to
Yeah, I
kinda
think
go.
like so. My grandfather is a Tom. My dad is not, and so I lost the lineage broke.
You could have been
Again,
the third. He could have been the fourth.
Yeah, so I did as a kid. I probably would have thought it was kind of cool to be the third, but I don't know. But yeah, so the only thing I've ever seen with it is like if I haven't put the middle name on like plane tickets. Planes is a big one because terrorism. So that's like they're particular about those, and it was like, oh, which one is which and things like that. But other than that, I haven't really run into it.
Yeah, so plane tickets were an annoyance for me now, in the sense that sometimes like JetBlue or Delta or American, whoever I'm flying with, because if I fly with my company, sometimes I can pick my airline, but sometimes they're like, no, you're going to pick the cheapest fucking seat.
Sure. Yeah.
So some airlines, and I could go back and fix it, I know this, but it's always one of those things where you're like, I'll do it later.
Yeah. Or you don't think of it while you're checking.
So some of them have Robert Hatfield blank the third,
Yeah.
and some of them just have Robert blank, and some of them have Robert H blank. So it's always, I don't know why I didn't pick a consistent naming thing.
Yeah.
But if I traveled with my passport, like we went to Mexico, that almost became a problem because that is my full name with the third. And that airline specifically, I was Robert H blank.
Yeah.
So that was a problem. But like, I've kind of minimized that now. Like, I feel like I've kind of got that under control. The thing, the funny story that this kind of reminded me of was again, this is probably not an issue anymore because who gives a shit, but mail. So opening mail that was addressed to my dad, or he would open mail that was addressed to me.
Yeah.
So in 2007, 2008, we're living in Belmont. And again, I've always talked about this, a huge proponent of mental health. I love therapy. And I found a therapist at the Danielson Institute. You know where that is?
No.
So it's at BU,
Okay.
and it's on Bay State Road, which is the road that runs parallel to Com Ave, sort of at the beginning of Kenmore Square.
Okay.
It's for anybody listening, that's like the super secret parking for Red Sox games.
Yeah, it's right by the.
If you ever go, because it's metered parking that nobody really knows about, and after 5:30, it's free.
Yeah.
So if you get there for a night game and you can get a spot on that road, which I typically do, it's free parking, and you're right there. But the Danielson Institute was there. And I met a doctor who I'm spacing on his name, but he was great. And I probably worked with him for maybe, I don't know, a year or so.
Yeah.
So at the time we were living in Belmont, so it was 2007 to 2008. And when I had to move back to Billerica, the idea of going to the Danielson Institute on Bay State Road into Boston was just like too far. Yeah. So I cut ties with him and, left on good terms. He was a great doctor. So couple years go by. It's probably 2010 or 11 now.
Okay.
And my mom calls and she's like, is there anything that you don't think you could tell your father and I? And I think there's a lot of things that fit that bill, but what are you talking about? And she's not mad. She's not, it's like a shock. I can tell that she has some sort of information that I don't know, that I don't have yet. So I said, what's going on? She's like, well, there was a letter addressed to you or addressed to Robert,
Uh-huh.
and your father thought it was his because I used their home address because back then I never thought to change our addresses.
Sometimes it's just easier, right? You're not getting like a ton of important mail or whatever, maybe.
Yeah, totally. And like we moved once a year.
Yeah.
So the idea of like changing my address
Right,
was a
right.
fucking nightmare.
Yeah.
So I used their address. So what happened? So my dad reads this letter and it's from, which is kind of weird. We'll get into this. It was from the doctor.
Okay.
Okay. And my dad has no idea that I went to this doctor. He has no idea who this person is. But as he's reading it, he realizes this letter is not meant for him.
Yeah.
This is a letter meant for me.
Sure.
And the letter, if I'm going to paraphrase it, was kind of gay.
Ooh.
And it was, I don't know if it was, I don't think it was, maybe, but it was ultimately this. Hey, we haven't seen you in a while,
Yeah.
but I think about you often.
But-
I hope you're doing well.
Uh-huh.
And I want you to know if I ever see you out in the area, because I would tell him, because back then I was DJing a Game On, I was doing all that stuff.
Yeah.
It would be like, if I saw you out, like I would respect your boundaries. I wouldn't say anything.
Yeah.
He writes in this
Unless
letter
you wanna
years
be in the
later.
bathroom.
Yeah, exactly. Unless you jingle your keys in the fence,
Yeah.
jump into a bush.
Yeah.
He said, if I ever see you out, I hope you know that I would keep my distance as I promised I would before. If you ever feel like reaching out
That's
again,
a weird thing to reiterate.
I'm always there to listen, right?
Okay.
And I start laughing because I know instantly I remembered that story and I remembered who it was. And I was like, I think that's my therapist. And I said, who's the name? And she told me. And I said, yeah, that's therapist. And she's like, okay, well, your dad thought maybe, you were gay and you didn't want to tell us.
Did he really?
Yeah. And you didn't want to tell us. And if you didn't want to tell us, you can tell us. And I was like, shut the fuck up. Like, I don't care if you think that, but like, I just told you.
So what was the
Basically the letter was him reiterating, if I ever saw you out in public doing your thing, I would respect you enough as the doctor to not come over. However, if you ever wanted to come talk to me, it would be welcomed.
But it seemed gay to your dad.
Well, he didn't have any context to who this person is writing. And
Yeah.
even thinking about that letter later on, I was like, he wrote that years later. Like I was on this guy's
really?
mind.
Yeah.
So I always, it's kind of like I've had the same doctor, like the same physician since I was 18. And it's not easy to get to. But I don't switch doctors because I don't want to start over. I do not want to have to go back and be like, remember that time I had that thing? And it's all fucking there. He knows everything.
Yeah.
So it's kind of with this doctor, even after this happened, I kind of was like, I'd go back to him if I could.
Yeah.
So a couple of years later, I want to go back to therapy and I look him up and he's at a place in Dorchester now. And he's only servicing people who need help with like LGBTQ and like bisexual transgender issues. And then that letter came back into my mind. And I thought maybe he thought I was gay too.
You look him up and he's at the bar like Vito in The Sopranos.
Yeah.
Like the biker outfit on.
Dude, and like, again, I'm not bashing any of it, but I wonder if in early 2000s, I gave off that vibe.
Do you like the story of your, the journey of your stories here? There's a lot of gay guys.
Yeah. I think I have a type though. I think older women and gay men love me.
Okay.
I think I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
I'm not a bear or anything. I'm not a twink. I don't know what I'd fall into.
That's interesting.
What would I fall into, Tom?
I think we need like a gay correspondent to come on and like break this down for us.
You think so?
Maybe?
We'll get what's it, Andy from Somerville? We'll get Andy from Somerville to be like, Andy, I need you to talk to me. And he'd be like, for starters, your fucking jackets, you idiots.
Yeah.
That you look like Barbara Streisand walking around.
Yeah.
I don't have any problem. I'm flattered.
Yeah.
I'm flattered.
Yeah.
But yeah, so having the same name, and I did stop that tradition with my first, though I gave both of my sons my middle name because I didn't want the other one to feel kind of left out, as if it's some gift. But like where it's, oh, dad named you his middle name, but he gave me some Joe Shit the Ragman middle name. Yeah. But I don't know. I'm glad I stuck with it. We'll never have that situation with my kids and potential gay doctors.
Yeah. Also, just letter opening probably won't be much of a thing for them.
I don't even know if they're going to ever have to write a letter.
Yeah,
with the spacing and all that stuff. So that was my story. But Tom, we're going to get into our second segment right after we play our new commercial from Prisco Dildos.
Okay.
Hey, it's Emma from Divorce with Friends. Thanksgiving is over, and while your family have thankfully all left, your new man Fupa is going to be causing problems long after St. Nick slides his fat ass down the chimney. But don't worry, even if you can't find your candy cane without a search party led by Rudolph, I'm here with some good news and a Yule log of a deal. For a limited time, Crisco Dildos is offering a buy one get one for all their 2025 bestsellers. And you know what they say, if it feels good, do it. And the good news doesn't just feel good for your wallet, her purse is going to love it as well. Don't forget about their home molding kits and be sure to check out the new website, CriscoDildosNE.com. It's BOGO for that pogo this holiday season. And remember, if it doesn't say Prisco, you're just fucking yourself.
Wow. BOGO for that pogo.
Yeah.
Emma killed it again.
Yes.
Absolutely killed it again. Have you seen the new website, by the way? They launched a new website.
I did, yes.
It's
I
great.
did.
I love their
Very
logo.
professional.
It's very
Yep.
professional.
Yep.
I think if you haven't been to it, it's PriscoDildosNE.com.
Yep.
Very, very well done by the Prisco Dildo Company. They're making moves.
Yeah, that's the New England.
They're making moves. Okay, Tom, our second segment, I want to talk about finding love at the Harpoon Fest. You know what the Harpoon Fest is? Harpoon Octoberfest, I should say. Be clear.
Yeah, it's just like a beer garden-y kind of.
It's like a beer garden in the seaport. So in 2011, I had just broken up with a girl, and this was around the time that I had met Kat, the fighter, in Framingham, a little bit after. And
She would have loved it.
she would have loved Oktoberfest. So this is a two-part story. We're not going to tell you the whole story here because it basically starts with a completely drunken debauchery of a day. I'll preface this. I didn't drive once.
Okay.
Somebody else
Credit to
drove
you.
there, and I took a cab home.
And this was in an era, when we talk about like, oh, it was a different time. That was a drunk driving era.
Yeah.
Everybody drove drunk. There was no Uber.
Yeah. Well, that's funny.
There's nothing we could do.
Because I was talking to someone about this story, and they said, "Why didn't you take an Uber?" And I thought, even if Boston had Uber in 2011, they weren't that prevalent. Because I don't remember even getting the app until 13 or 14.
It was a pain in the ass to get cabs.
And it was, yeah. And especially when we lived in Belmont, to be like, I'm going to take me to Belmont.
Yeah.
They didn't have GPS. You had to
expensive. You had to find like a corner where they were coming or something.
Yeah, it was a difficult time. So it's the fall of 2011, as I mentioned. Just broke up with a girlfriend, so I'm on the apps and stuff. But we're going to go to Oktoberfest at Harpoon. So I go with Conti, Lindsay, and Kristen. And Kristen's husband, shout out to Mike.
Okay.
Mike worked at Harpoon.
Okay.
So it's this big lot. Obviously, all the different beers and stuff are there. And Mike, we get the tickets. Mike gives us extra tickets because he works there. Mike's great, right?
Great.
So I don't really drink beer. You probably know that.
Yeah.
So I don't know how to pace myself with beer.
Okay.
I can pace myself with hard alcohol because I can tell you, 2 glasses of bourbon is going to probably buzz me up, or like 2 vodka sodas are going to buzz me up.
There's no ChatGPT, so you couldn't get a conversion.
I had no conversions
You
back
didn't
then.
know. Yeah.
But with beer, depending on like the different alcohol content, you could 1 beer, 2 beers, 3 beers might be fine. But if I have like some sort of like crazy like alcohol content in one in the middle of it, I could be like fucked halfway through my third.
Somebody spikes your drink. Maybe?
Somebody gives me
some gay guy.
Some gay guy.
Older woman.
Slips me a fucking Mickey.
Yeah.
The other part that I wasn't fond of drinking beer is I piss all the fucking time.
That's tough.
I'm constantly, even at Toronto Rob's bachelor party when we went to that beer fest.
Yeah.
I posted up by the urinals because I knew what was going to happen to me.
I'm trying to drink more water for health,
Yeah.
and that's like the most annoying part of it. Is
Just
piss
pissing
all the time.
Oh, it's fucking. That's why I fell in the toilet. I piss all the time.
Yeah, they need a fix for that.
So we're there with all these people, and then Conti's sister comes, and I will say, her and I are friends. We're friends now. We probably weren't great friends then, but we're friends now. So whatever I'm about to tell you, it's cleared up. Okay. we cleared that shit up.
That could go a lot of different ways, like with the cream or like in conversation.
We're good.
Okay.
We're good. But she's with a couple friends.
Okay.
Okay. So I'm not going to hit on my friend's sister in front of my friend.
That's good.
Do that in private.
That's a good start.
So I zero in.
Wait,
on,
what?
I zero in on one of her friends.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
So I'm talking to this girl, and we're kind of in a group, but sort of not. It's like the two of us talking, but some people are around us, kind of listening. But
Sure.
Whatever. And the conversation goes to the craziest thing you've ever done. Okay.
Oh,
So she tells me the craziest thing that she's ever done.
Okay.
And she says, when I was like 10 years ago, and I kind of pause and I don't know what to say. And I get flush.
Yeah.
And I thought, I got to make a joke.
Oh no.
And I go,
Oh no.
I said the craziest thing you did, not your dad.
No, you didn't.
I fucking did. Now, In hindsight, I don't know why I said that.
No, that was a terrible thing.
That was so bad.
Yeah.
I was shocked that she said it to me.
Yeah.
And I know that she wasn't joking, but I didn't know how to react to it because the conversation wasn't going there.
Right.
And I would never do that now. This is 15 years ago.
And you were in kind of like jokey mode. You were like, oh, this is going to be something I respond to with a joke. And you didn't.
Yeah.
You didn't like sort of ratchet it down.
I did not
ratchet.
ratchet.
The beer, you set up with the beer, so too many beers.
I was hammered at this point.
Yeah.
So
Oof.
Conti's sister hears this.
Yeah.
And she comes over.
Yeesh.
And she fucking has a list of insults to me. And you know when someone comes at you with insults that they're not funny, but they're piercing and they come rapid fire, you think, you've been holding on to these for a fucking long time.
That's kind of like good for her. She's standing up for her friend.
I couldn't tell. I couldn't tell if she was mad that I was hitting on a friend or that I said it because I didn't say it that loud. I almost kind of like muttered it. Obviously loud enough for somebody to hear. But here's what she comes at me.
Okay, what are the insults? Yeah.
Here's why you're single and a total loser. You're 30, you live with your friends, and you have no fucking money, she says.
Wow.
And I'm kind of shocked by this too, but I'm still in joking mode.
Okay.
So I have to like dissect her argument, but I can't like let it linger. So I have to think of the first thing that comes up. And I go to the office to White Shroot.
Yeah.
And I go, false. I'm 29, but nice try.
That's very good.
Nice try. So, because she's right about all.
Yeah.
That's probably exactly right. So that sort of thing diffuses. We get over that, and I continue to drink.
Yeah.
Right. Because I'm not driving, and I'm
trying to forget that thing.
Trying to forget. Yeah. I'm to this day. I'm trying to forget the thing that I said.
That's a tough one.
But we end up at this bar, West End Johnny's. Do you know where that is?
Yes.
It's somewhere downtown. I couldn't tell you exactly where it is, but that's where we end up.
Yeah.
And I'm again getting progressively more drunk, sticking with beer because I know the liquor before beer, you're in the clear. Beer before liquor, never been sicker. Don't mix. That was the thing.
Those are bullshit. I think
that was a thing with our generation.
If I
don't
went
mix.
back and looked at all that, like, yeah, I don't think that's necessarily consistently true because I did like trial that, and I don't think that was always the case. It's more like how much you're drinking and what period of time.
I agree.
What food you have.
But I didn't mix, and we end up at West End Johnny's, and I see two girls at the bar, and it's kind of late. It's probably like 8, 9, 10, somewhere in that area.
Okay,
and I remember. And you can attest to this, while I would probably pick up girls online or try, or definitely dated at work, love that.
Yeah.
Meeting random girls at bars is probably not my thing.
Yeah.
I've never been confident enough to break through like a hornet's nest.
Right.
And also if there's any guys within like 3 feet of them, I don't know if they're with them or
that is a word.
What the deal is, but there's 2 girls alone.
Okay.
And I remember somebody saying, if you're ever going to talk to a girl at the bar, pick the least attractive one first.
Oh, this is some like pickup artist shit. Yeah.
So the reason that you would talk to the least attractive one first, whatever one you find least attractive, doesn't mean she is unattractive.
Yeah.
So let me be clear. Ladies, you're all beautiful.
Yeah.
But it's because subliminally it breaks her down to think you're the nice guy, and it makes the prettier one wonder why you didn't talk to her.
Oh, yeah, power move.
So I do that, and then the one that I thought was prettier starts talking to me.
Okay.
So I'm like, this is great. So a couple hours later, I don't think I get kicked out of the bar. I don't remember getting kicked out, but I think people that we were with in that original crew, somebody get kicked out. So all of us leave, and I have to piss because I'm pissing like fucking crazy.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh, there's an alley over there. So we walk to this alley, and it's kind of uphill a little bit.
Okay.
And I don't think I don't know why she's standing like behind me except to like keep guard. But I'm pissing at like an angle against a building. And dude, I piss so much. It's like rolling back under my feet, which I'm thinking, she's standing in my piss right now. That's fucking weird. So that was probably the first sign I never should have called this girl again.
Okay.
But before I leave, I say, can I get your number? So I get her number, and I'm like, I'll call you soon.
Okay.
So now comes the journey of getting a cab. So it's not New York where there's, cabs coming up and down every street. You kind of have to find one.
Right.
So I do stumble upon like a cab stand, and the first cabbie I ask where he wants to take me. I say Belmont, and he says no. He just rolls up his window.
Yeah. So
I go to the second one, and it's this sassy black woman. She's awesome, and she's like, "I'll take you to Belmont. I know Belmont." So she takes me to Belmont, and then as I think, that's downtown. So by the time she gets on Sturrow, gets the highway, go to Sturrow, I'm basically passed out. But I do remember telling her that I live on Beach Street, which is by like the bus station. So like if you just take me to the end bus station on that road, on Chapella Road, we're fine.
Okay.
So we're driving in the cab. I'm blacked out. I hear her start talking to me and she's like complaining about a smell. She's like, oh, what is that smell? Oh my God, what is that smell? And I kind of like come to and I see that that Sovereign Bank and the Dunkin' Donuts. And I realize that's like right the road, the B Street cross street. So I say, oh, stop, this is my road. So she stops and she's like, did you fart? And I was like, no, I didn't fart. This is ridiculous, you beautiful, sassy black woman. And I paid her the money and I left. And as I'm walking down Beach Street to get to the house, I realized I fucking shit my pants, dude.
Wow.
I blacked out in this cab and fucking
shit your pants.
Shit my fucking pants, dude.
That's a wild one.
That's wild. So I have to get in the house. I don't remember how I get in. Andy was there. He let me in, I think. But I sober up the next day, kind of. And I text that girl and we're texting and we get a date. Okay.
Yeah, okay.
But we're gonna save that
You
date.
didn't tell her to shit your pants.
No, I did not tell her to shit my pants. I probably threw those pants away. Shitting my pants. I've never done it. That's the only time in my life I've ever shit my pants drunk.
Really? Okay.
Are you a pants shitter?
No, I don't think I've ever. I mean, I've sharted.
Yeah,
like,
actually, of course.
But I don't think I've ever like fully shit my pants.
Yeah, dude, I shit my pants that day. But that was so I get her number. But that's where we're gonna leave you though. We're gonna get to part 2 next time because
that's a cliffhanger.
Yeah, it's a cliffhanger
wow.
because she's like she's a wild ride up into herself.
Okay.
There's a million stories that like branch off of her.
Okay. So a couple questions. So did you have prepared what was like the craziest thing you ever did?
No, I never have an answer for that.
Yeah.
And you know, funny, I've subsequently retired that line.
I bet.
Because I asked it a second. I fucking bet.
Yeah. Well, you did it. You went back to that well?
I did with my ex-wife when at the Beantown pub.
Yeah.
And she tells me about a murder in her building.
Really?
Yeah, which was actually a better story, but like I don't know anything like that. So I've retired that question.
Do that either. These people are not answering the question, really.
You know what? That's fucking true as well.
Yeah, that's not a thing you did. That's kind of a cop-out, right? Because the question is like, hey, what's the craziest thing you ever did?
Yeah.
Right? It's like, oh, so we got, one time I saw this person like shit their pants.
Yeah, I was driving a guy home in my cab.
The story is you shit your pants.
Yeah.
Right? Like, yeah.
I was the crazy thing I ever did was blackout drunk in a cab and shit myself.
Yeah,
and all the women
you
thought
can use that one now.
All the women thought I farted. I think the craziest thing I ever did now is have a podcast where I tell people that story.
Yeah, that's true. That's a pretty crazy thing. Second thing, so there's supposedly, and this is one of these like social media things. I don't know if it's true because I'm old, but there's like an epidemic where young guys, right, don't approach women at the bar anymore.
And
women are saying like attractive women are like, nobody comes up and approaches me at the bar anymore. You know what I mean? So
I think that there's I go back to what I said at the thing.
Yeah.
Ladies, if you're listening, if you're out there dolled up with makeup with your girls and you want to talk to a guy, spread out from your girls. I'm not saying like have 5 feet between you.
Yeah.
But don't have one person sit at the bar and then one person stand next to them and then another person sit, because it does feel like you can't talk to them if that's what you wanted.
Yeah.
And I do feel like there is that stigma with guys. I really do feel this way, that if you did talk to a girl out, it could go one of two ways, right? Hey, I'm not interested. Thanks you. Right. She was looking for somebody. Or I'm out with my girls. Can I just have 1 minute where some guy's not coming over and talking to us? So I don't know. And the other thing is, don't have guys around you, even if it's your friend's boyfriend, because the guy talking to you isn't going to know who that guy is.
There you go.
And I think those are tough. I just don't do it. It's awkward. Nobody wins.
Yeah. Seems fair. I don't know. Seems like, yeah. I don't know.
What would be your if you were going to talk to a girl at a bar, what would you do? Do you know?
I don't. So I'm usually like, kind of self-deprecating, right?
Would you trip over like, whoa?
Yeah. Like, oh, hey, hey, what are you guys? Oh, you probably don't even, whatever. But like, hey, guess what? Like, and I try to come up with something clever before you go over that you have in your bag, and then you go over and you try to have some sort of conversation.
Yeah.
You could go with hey, my friend says my shirt looks ridiculous.
Oh, yeah.
Could you believe this guy says this? He says this looks like, and you actually make fun of your own shirt, right? And then you do right. What do you think? And then you're kind of goading her into complimenting the shirt, and then you go I think you're just, you know what I mean? And you get a little repartee that way.
Tom, you're kind of the pickup artist in and of yourself.
That's pretty good.
You do that, and then you do your 3 places. and
Yeah.
that dick is getting
Yeah, you
sucked.
do a little like, and then you do like another one I do. This is good. If you're not a good dancer, this is a great tip for if you're at a club and you're not a good dancer. This is always my move.
Mhm.
You make a joke out of what a bad dancer you are by saying, this is my move. I would say like, oh, like a lot of people will tell you that you need to have like a lot of hips in your dances.
Yeah.
That's not true. Most people, the mistake they make 101, too many hips.
Too much.
Too many legs.
Everybody knows it.
Right? You want to do, I like a dance that's all shoulders.
Okay.
And then I do kind of like a goofy shoulder dance.
Oh.
And I say like, oh, you make it like, it's like a bridge. You're connecting a bridge. This is one side of the bridge. And now I'm building a bridge, right? Like now we're building something. I'm not just doing some stupid dance where I'm moving my leg, right? And it's like a jokey thing, you know, and then she's laughing and where, you know, or if she's not, then, you know, you gotta get out of there.
I feel like you're way better at this than you let on at the beginning. First, you're like, I've never done. And now you're giving advice to all the youth.
There you go.
That's how you're going to do it.
So just do that. Just do that. And but the good news is, if these people are not being approached, right? Like they have no experience with anything. Everything's going to seem pretty good, right? Apparently, these women are waiting to get hit on. So just use that.
They are waiting and they're annoyed that you're not
Do
doing
it.
it.
Yeah.
Okay, so Tom, we have a little bit of time left.
Okay.
And as you know,
Yeah.
what I like to do
Yeah.
is have a game with Tom
Yeah.
that Tom doesn't know the rules of the game and or what the game will consist of until we do it.
You do like to do that.
I love to do it. And it's
A lot of them involve gay porn. Does this involve gay porn?
no, some of it, kind of. Because
After.
like our friend Perm says, Tom is the best laugh.
Oh,
And Perm's right. Perm's right. Tom is the best laugh. So we called in a friend, and I do want to say this is before I get into the game. So Divorce with Friends isn't just a clever name, and we had a few names to pick from. I think Divorce with Friends was the best. It spoke to like the mission statement of the podcast. But Tom, we do have a lot of friends.
we do.
And we have a deep fucking bench.
We do.
Okay. So what I did is I called one of these friends from the bench.
Not
and
Toronto Rob.
Not Toronto Rob.
Okay. Good.
And I said, hey, we've tried to get you into the podcast before, but we haven't really found a place for you. But I have this idea. What do you think?
Oh.
And she said, I fucking love that idea.
Wow. Okay.
Let's do it.
All right.
So she sent it to me. Now, before we get into that, have you noticed the shaker on the table?
Yeah, there's a shaker here.
Okay. So this is a drinking game. So
I'm 100 years old, so this is going to be like it's going to be a lot for me. But okay.
So here's what we're going to do. So we're each going to take a cup.
Okay.
And they are Five Nights at Freddy's cups because I didn't have my shot glasses, and they're from leftover from my kid's birthday.
Okay.
Okay. And I made before the show.
Yeah.
I made a martini, a bone dry Tito's martini, just like Toronto Rob and I love. Okay. And what we did was we had our friend Phoebe Cates. Her and I were talking about Urban Dictionary. You know what Urban Dictionary is?
I do.
So there's the best thing about Urban Dictionary is the dirty terms that nobody ever does sexually,
Sure.
but they have definitions as if it's like widely known.
Okay.
So Phoebe Cates is going to introduce everything, but ultimately what we did is we had her read about 5 of these,
Okay.
and you get to say what they are.
Oh, okay.
So if
I'm
you're-
going to guess them.
Yeah, but if you're
So this
wrong-
is kind of
Yeah.
So this is Scorsese, the director.
Yep.
His granddaughter like reads him slang and then watches him try to guess it.
Okay.
Because he's old and that's funny. So
Yeah,
you're
yeah,
Kind
this
of
is
doing that with me.
this is kind of that.
Yeah.
So we'll introduce this, but ultimately what will happen is if I'm right,
Yeah.
if you're right, I drink. If you're
Okay.
wrong, you drink.
Got it.
So I
I
have
think this is gonna go poorly.
I have the martini
This
here.
might be an 0 for 5. Yeah.
I didn't know. By the way, when I sent her with the
Yeah,
links, I only knew like 2 of them.
Okay.
So we have the shaker there.
Okay.
Do you want to pour it? Well, you want to pour a little bit just so we have one ready?
Yeah, I don't know how this
Just,
how
yeah,
this is gonna go.
You're a bartender. Just pour a
That's
little
true.
bit. It's
Anyway.
probably pretty strong. And then I'm gonna play our game. You ready?
Oh, yeah. Let's run out.
Hey, Divorce with Friends. Phoebe Cates here. In honor of Bobby's favorite movie, Debbie Does Dallas, he's asked me to play a game called Tom Does Urban Dictionary.
What a name.
Sorry, Tom. Luckily, the rules are easier than getting to a cheer competition with no money. I'll first give you a term from Urban Dictionary. If Tom knows what it is, Bobby will take a shot. If he doesn't, he takes the
You
shot.
clear?
Yep.
Bottoms up, boys.
Okay. You ready?
Yep.
The first term we have here is docking.
All right. Do you know what docking is, Tom?
Talking. Okay. I definitely don't.
Take a guess.
So I'm gonna have to guess.
Okay.
I would guess docking is
These are sexual.
just I understand.
I'll tell you what. If you're close, I'll give it to you.
I would guess docking is you take your penis
Okay.
and you put it in.
Okay.
I would imagine probably the vagina, but maybe multiple places. Especially if you're a fan of Bobby's.
Yep.
and then you kind of leave it there.
We'll see. We'll see.
Okay.
Ready?
Docking. 2 men are gathered, one circumcised, the other
You're
not
way off.
circumcised. The non-circumcised individual places his erect penis to the tip of the other gentleman, who then pulls his foreskin over the 2 heads and proceeds to jerk them.
I wish you could
off.
see Tom's face right now.
That is shocking.
So Tom, I would have given it to you if you were like 2 gay guys, but you went
No,
right.
that's not close. You can't give that to me.
I think you were thinking of floating.
Is that what it's? Is that called floating?
I think so. That's not on the list, but I think that's what the Mormons do.
Oh, the Mormons do that. They just leave it
think so.
there, and then
Because it's like you didn't have sex. You didn't break Joseph's rules.
I mean, you might if you know.
All right,
go
bottoms up, Tom.
sideways. Okay, all right,
How was that? How was it? It's good?
smooth.
All right, smooth.
So that's 0 for. I got a feeling we're going for an 0 for 5 here.
We'll see. It's all fun. You ready?
Glass bottom boat.
All right, glass bottom boat,
Okay.
Tom.
All right. So glass bottom. So a boat.
Mhm.
I'm gonna try to work through these intellectually because I don't know any of this.
Sure.
So a boat has a glass bottom. You can see underneath. You can see the fish.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
Sounds kind of beautiful.
Yeah.
Actually.
You're
So,
doing a good job.
Yeah. So it's a beautiful sort of moment where you can see things underneath. So I'm gonna say, glass bottom boat. I'm gonna say that this is anal sex
Oh, fuck.
at a specific angle that allows an enhanced level of visibility. How's that?
All right,
What
let's
do we
listen to
got? What's the
definition.
actual-
Let's see.
okay.
A sexual act in which the customer lays under a glass coffee table and looks up through it while their partner defecates on the top. How some people find this stimulating, I'll never know. That was in Urban Dictionary.
Oh, that was in it.
Also can refer to the same positioning with a coffee table, but the person on top merely presses their genitals onto the glass for squashed visual effect. Or can refer to defecating on someone's face, which has been first covered in plastic kitchen wrap like saran wrap.
Oh.
So I can't give it to you.
No, definitely not.
I'll take a sip
That's
though. I kind of want it.
Do you watch Billions?
I know the show.
Yeah, that's a lot. The Paul Giamatti character likes to get to be on the other side of like, being like abused
of getting-
and stuff.
okay.
Yeah, but not maybe shit on.
Okay.
That's okay. So shitting on the coffee table. All right.
Okay. Well, there you go.
I can't really argue with that. That makes more sense than my thing. So yeah.
All right. We got a couple more. You still want to go?
Yeah, where am I over 2?
Yeah, over 2.
Okay.
Angry leprechaun.
So Tom, what is the angry leprechaun?
This one I feel like I should know.
This is
being from
probably-
Boston.
if you think through it like you were just Sherlock Holmesing me,
Okay.
you're probably gonna get it.
So I'm gonna say, okay, so angry leprechaun. Leprechauns are not tall.
No.
Right? And they would be angry.
Mhm.
So I'm gonna say it's like aggressive doggy style. Okay.
Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
Have sex with a midget on freshly cut grass, then come on them. Kick them in the shins.
Have sex with
push
a
them over.
midget?
Then
on
they roll
freshly
around in
cut
pain
grass?
covered in grass.
But then you come on them and then kick them and then push them in the grass and then they become the angry leprechaun. Look, this is Urban Dictionary. I didn't make this stuff up.
Wait. Okay. So you're having sex with a midget.
Mm-hmm.
Could be male or female. it sounds
Sure,
like.
doesn't matter.
I had a male leprechaun in my head. Maybe that was being sexist. I don't know any female leprechauns, so I just assumed.
Probably.
Okay, so and I assumed he was heterosexual too. Irish, he would probably repress that.
It still could be either one.
I guess.
Because
So
you're coming on them. You're basically getting them sticky for this fresh. For the
yeah, I
fresh
mean, you're a
grass.
pretty fucking like sexually open person if you're doing this.
Yeah.
So you're having sex with a midget. You push them into the grass,
You
specifically grass.
sure. You come on them, then kick them in the shins, and then push them in the grass. so when they get up, they're all angry. Fucking drink.
This is abusive. Call a leprechaun lobby here.
Don't worry. There's a bed here you can sleep in.
Oh,
You ready?
Jesus fucking Christ, yeah.
Okay.
2 more.
Baltimore blowfish.
All right. What is the Baltimore blowfish?
Okay. Leprechaun whips out his leprechaun cock because
Yeah.
there's all leprechauns are male, and straight,
Mhm.
and gets a blowjob and comes in her cheeks.
That might be right. Let's find
Okay,
out.
let's see.
This is an act in where your significant other is eating out your asshole, and then you proceed to fart inside their mouth, forcing their cheeks to puff up like a blowfish. Then your significant other then proceeds to blow that fart back into your asshole.
I don't know who
If
does
done
this.
correctly, there should be a slight whistling sound. There's a sentence example. Dude, last night I gave my old lady a sweet ass Baltimore blowfish. Subsequently, we haven't made out since.
You know that?
So first of all, like Phoebe Cates should do like instructional audio.
She's great, right?
Because the level of like detail and professionalism she's bringing to these is really great. I can visualize it. I feel like I can execute my own.
Well, did you notice
Baltimore blowfish
in the teaser today? So I put out teasers before the show.
Yeah.
And what I do is I tell AI what the show will be about.
Yeah.
And so it had two people dressed. It had a dad reading a letter. Two people dressed in Oktoberfest garb.
Okay.
And then it had a woman in a red bathing suit, one piece, handing out dictionaries. And then the song we picked was a classic song with the cars moving in stereo.
Okay.
And that was a callback to Phoebe Cates coming out of the water in Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
There you go.
So this was all sort of part of the plan, but she's phenomenal. And I feel like when we call our friends to help us out with the podcast, because the bench is so deep, there's a role for everyone.
Yeah,
somebody's
home runs across the board.
Evan,
Except for
Toronto. I'll give Toronto. So Evan, Toronto, Rob, Phoebe Cates, Emma, Lindsay.
You need a villain for Toronto.
We love our friends. I think we have two more.
Two more? Or one more? I thought there was one more. I gotta drink this too. Right?
Drink that. Yep.
I got
bottoms up, baby. Do I make a good martini?
Yeah. I mean, you just put vodka.
Tom is getting
over.
hammered. All right, you ready?
Okay.
Massachusetts Slurpee.
What is a Massachusetts Slurpee, Tom?
A Massachusetts Slurpee. I mean, these have been ridiculous.
Yeah.
So
I didn't write any of them, by the way.
I believe you. They're all Urban Dictionary. How many of them have you done though?
No.
2.5. Yeah.
Probably something like that.
Massachusetts Slurpee. I'm not showing myself to be I'm glad my pickup lines were so strong because I'm not showing myself to be very creative sexually here.
Yeah.
But I think it's like probably some kind of blowjob again. But hang on. So like there's a lot of debauchery in these. So I'm gonna use context clues and assume that it's like a blowjob.
Okay.
But you're getting some piss in there.
Okay.
Because it's mixed with something.
Okay.
And it's like a Slurpee.
Okay.
And I don't know why it's from Massachusetts.
I'll tell you what.
We'll see.
I'll tell you what. I will take one for you if there's any blowjob with piss. If piss is referenced in here, I'll be Tom is banging the table like Lindsay. He is hammered. I will drink if I'll take one for the team.
That seems fair.
Ready?
Yeah.
When during intercourse, right before the girl climaxes, you whip out a straw and put it into her vagina. Once the straw is tightly shoved in, you start masturbating until you can perform a money shot into the straw, which funnels down into her vagina.
What are you, a fucking carnival actor? Like, what is this?
Well, I don't know.
Who's doing this?
Well, the weird part is I don't know why the straw's even needed. Like, just fucking just do it where you're going to do it, then put the straw in after. Why do you get?
Yeah, it's the person's a fucking show off.
Well, there's a lot of theatrics here, dude. This is like
you might as well do a backflip and then like
David Copperfield in bed.
Exactly. Yeah, like come on the ceiling or something. Like what the fuck?
Chris Angel's in there, fucking doing like light tricks.
Jesus Christ.
All right, I'll tell you what. Let me take this one for you.
Okay, thank you.
Ooh, okay, you ready?
Yeah, we have one more. All right.
We might have two.
Two more.
Castle Grayskull.
This is all right. Castle Grayskull. This is my favorite one. Think about who was in Castle Grayskull. I'll help you out. Who was in Castle Grayskull?
Was this like a He-Man thing or?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So it's a Skeletor. So I don't know. What kind of fucking sex does Skeletor have? I don't know.
He was with Eva Lynch. She was pretty hot.
Okay. I mean, they didn't really get that deep into it on the cartoon, I don't feel like, though.
Well, not the cartoon we saw.
Okay. So Castle Grayskull?
Yeah. What's a Castle Gray? Because that's where He-Man lived.
All right. So I'm going to say it's when you jerk off on someone's head.
Okay.
That's a skull.
Okay.
And piss goes out. So it's kind of like a gray. It's kind of a gray material.
Oh, tremendous.
Gray skull.
All right, let's find out.
Yeah,
What is a Castle Grayskull?
Castle Grayskull.
When an older woman takes out her dentures and goes down on you. You can pull out and ejaculate onto her face, then throw her dead husband's ashes on her. Oh my God.
That's parts. I don't think that's really, the dead husband thing is.
There's a very specific person you're looking for. It's got to be an old woman with dentures who's got her husband's ashes readily available.
It did sound like that was optional. So
okay, all right. So you can see where that would be Skeletor-like,
I guess.
Okay, all right. I think this is the last one. Okay.
Hartford hot sauce.
Go ahead. Hartford hot sauce. This is a great bit. This is fucking phenomenal.
Hartford hot sauce. Hartford hot sauce. All right. So a lot of these seem to have like a sexual act combined with some bodily fluid or function.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I'm going to say that Hartford hot sauce is you are having anal sex.
Okay.
And
okay.
You are having anal sex. The guy comes and the woman has like a little bit of diarrhea. And that's the hot sauce.
I'm going to tell you what, it's not that. We're going to listen to what it is. I'm going to drink because that's better than what it is.
Okay.
The real definition sucks.
Sex act. The guy gets ready for anal sex by appearing to apply lubricant to the condom. He secretly switches the lube for icy hot or Ben Gay if that's the way you swing. The challenge is to complete the act before the burning begins.
That's a fucking criminal. That guy's a criminal.
That is criminal.
Should be arrested.
I like your definition a lot better.
Yeah. I think that's what we're changing it to.
All right. This should be the last one, I think, because you're probably done drinking martini.
Yeah, I think that's
shooting martini differently as well.
Cut off. Yeah.
Okay.
Donkey door.
All right.
Oof.
Donkey door. I believe this is the last one.
Donkey door. Okay. Let's see. Well, so we have a lot of bodily fluids.
Yep.
A little bit of crime sprinkled in. I would say, so donkey door, donkey's kick.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say,
okay,
we're going to go back to anal sex.
Okay.
During anal sex,
okay,
the woman kicks.
Okay. I figured something out about you. You love in porn, it's always suck that cock.
Yep.
And then in this game, there's a lot of anal.
There's a lot of anal. Well, that's about as adventurous as I am. So. Anal, a little bit of fluid. That's about it.
That's all right, let's find out what it is. What's the donkey door? Okay, Phoebe?
An amusing, clean insult featured in Orbit gum commercials as part of their Dirty Mouth, Clean It Up with Orbit promotion that highlighted the gum's approval by the American Dental Association and Indian Dental Association due to its ability to improve dental health. The cleanly insulting donkey door is probably a replacement for asshole, as donkeys are also called asses and doors are portals or holes. And finally...
Oh, I guess we have one more.
Okay.
One more. You ready? And
right.
Finally...
Yeah.
The Alabama Hot Pocket.
All right, Tom.
Oh, Jesus.
To bring us home, what is the Alabama Hot Pocket?
Right,
outside, by the way, I love Hot Pockets. You know that.
Okay. Alabama is not going to be gay. No gay stuff,
nope.
I would say.
Nope. Probably very conservative.
Yeah. So a Hot Pocket, I feel like that's like, so a Hot Pocket, Alabama Hot Pocket. Hang on. So it's going to have to do with the vagina.
Mm.
It's not going to be gay stuff.
Okay.
And it's going to be, guy comes really quickly because you microwave a Hot Pocket.
Okay.
And they're done quickly in the vagina.
Okay. It's traditional.
Quick cream pie. Right to it.
Oh, shit. Are you ready?
Yep.
A sex move where one shits into the woman's vagina.
That was like,
last night
I had to go back. If I had just gone back to the fluid, I would have had a 50-50 shot.
You did, yeah.
Jesus. Oh.
Thanks, gentlemen. That was a real treat.
Well, I think I should have gotten the Alabama Hot Pocket. I'm disappointed in myself. Or I at least should have guessed the P.
Yeah. Well, I think you did a phenomenal job. I want to say, under the circumstances, you did phenomenal. A big shout out to Phoebe Cates, Tom.
Amazing.
You nailed it. Home run, grand slam. We'll call it a grand slam. We'll call it an Alabama Hot Pocket. It was awesome.
Yeah.
So, Tom, we're about out of time. We're at about an hour and 15 minutes, which is awesome.
That's great.
So it's the time for the plugs and the closes and the thank yous. So what do you got for us, Tom?
So we'll thank Bernthal, the Christopher Nolan movie. is getting closer and closer with Bernthal. Christopher Nolan getting more and more insufferable with his movie prep and all the stories where people are like, Matt Damon's like, oh my God, I just couldn't have worked with anybody else on this, and I would have gone into like the desert or underwater to work with Christopher Nolan or whatever. So I just hope Bernthal had a good experience, and we love him, we miss him.
Okay.
Yeah. And we hate Toronto Rob. And again, nothing from Toronto Rob. Promises voicemails every week. Doesn't leave voicemails.
Hasn't left one in probably like 3 or 4 episodes, maybe.
Yeah, and the ratings are up,
Yeah.
so we appreciate that. But yeah, really terrible. Yeah.
Well, I get one, only one in. Tom and I talked about this before we went on air, I should say, and we joke a lot. And this is really to kind of take people's mind off certain things and maybe give you a laugh, maybe not. I don't really know. But life does happen outside of the podcast. And with that, we just want to give our condolences to a good friend, a good family who's friends with us, by the way. Condolences to the Nomar Mouse and his brother Stevie and their family who lost their father right before Thanksgiving. Very sad. And we're thinking about all of them. Great family, and really just hoping they pull through this.
Yeah, absolutely.
But we, as always, Tom, we want to thank Dean Corsi for this absolute fire theme song. You can find Tom and I at divorcewithfriends@gmail.com, Twitter, DivorceWFPod, Instagram @DivorceWithFriends. Podbean will distribute this to all locations, Apple, Spotify, Amazon, YouTube, Urban Dictionary, who the fuck knows. But we will see you in 2-ish weeks. Bye-bye, Bear.
Bye-bye.